Hi, I'm Jessie and welcome to Tula. In this video, I'm going to give us some tips of how to keep Vata calm through the autumn season. Please remember to always use discernment when you're listening to any kind of advice given to you online. So let's get started. First of all, what is Vata dosha? In Ayurveda, they've categorized the 5 elements into 3 doshas. And the Vata dosha is made up of the elements of ether and air. And side note, I just love that Ayurveda considers ether an element in where all the other elements inhibit. And I just think it's beautiful. So we're looking today at Vata and ether and air, space and air, and what the qualities of this are. This is how we understand how it functions inside and outside of us. So the qualities of space and air, if you think about the wind, it's dry, light, subtle, irregular and inconsistent. It's cool, rough, mobile and clear. And I really invite you to think about how to become more attuned to the qualities of the different elements, or even in your daily situations or activities, what qualities are they inviting? Moving on to autumn and fall, and we can see the similarities here. So autumn is windy, it's dry, all the leaves start drying up. The weather can be unpredictable. It's sunny one minute, it's raining the next. That's that irregularity we see in Vata. The nights start getting longer, it gets colder, and again, Vata is cold. So you can see how the Ayurvedic mystics back in the day learned about how the elements function outside of us in their natural cycles and within us as well. So a very important concept to consider whenever you're working with Ayurveda is cause and effect, or rather, like attracts like, and the opposite brings balance. So what exactly does this mean? Like attracts like, Vata attracts Vata. Meaning in the fall, in the autumn season, where Vata is more prevalent outside, that will add to the Vata in our systems as well. And of course, with this concept, the opposite brings balance. So what we try to do is invite the other qualities that will balance Vata into our life, particularly in autumn, which is when most of us will experience excess Vata in the system. So let's take a look at signs of imbalanced Vata, and you can take a look to see if you've got any of these. So first of all, constipation, and really any indigestion which suggests it's dry. So this can be very fast digestion, constipation, any symptoms of IBS, trapped gas, maybe you fart more, maybe you're burping more. This is all Vata in excess in the system. Too much air and too much movement, and it's all flying off in different directions. Dry skin is another symptom. It can be the senses, like a dry nose, dry lips, dry ears. If you have eczema, you might experience the symptoms worsen at this time of year and in the winter too. Joint pain is another way that we know we've got excess Vata. Aching in the body in general, especially if you wake up in the morning feeling sore inside, that's your Vata speaking to you. And any cracking or popping sounds that your joints might make as you wake up is the excess air. And finally, earache. Vata lives in the colon, and when it's in excess, the next place that it moves to in the body are the ears. So earache, or a lot of wax that's very dry, tinnitus or ringing in the ears. These are all signs, Vata's speaking to you, that it's a little bit in excess. So these are some physical symptoms, and there's also mental or emotional symptoms we can experience as well. So when Vata is super high, it can be worry or anxiety, overthinking, restlessness in the mind. Low energy levels, so if you feel you don't have as much energy as you normally do in your day-to-day, this could be a sign of imbalanced Vata. Trouble sleeping, insomnia, or waking up in the night to use the toilet, This is movement. Usually it's probably happening at the Vata time of night, which is 2 a.m. until 6 a.m. If you're waking up in this time, Vata's waking you up. It's telling you, we must listen. We must calm Vata at all costs. And finally, feeling scatty or overwhelmed. This can be emotionally or mentally. There's just too much on your plate. You can't manage it all. Another sign that we've got to slow down. These are some signs of imbalanced Vata. It's certainly not all of them. And just take a minute to consider if you see any of these arising in you. And now we're going to look at some very general tips in how to calm Vata. The first one being a regular routine. Vata is inconsistent and changeable, and it's easily imbalanced actually because of its light, subtle nature. So one of the kindest things we can do for ourselves excuse me, and our bodies is really having a regular routine, which means waking up at the same time every day, more or less, going to bed at the same time, eating our meals at the same time every day, exercising or meditating or yoga at the same time of day. What happens is our body starts to learn the cycles that we're taking it through, and it really invites calm into the system. It starts functioning better because it knows when to prepare for food. It knows when to prepare for bed. Another way we can balance Vata or any of the doshas is with ahar, or our diet. So we want to, if you think again about the qualities of Vata, dry, light, we need to bring in the opposite for balance. So we want warm, heavy, oily, nourishing foods. Anything warm. You want to keep away from raw vegetables that are cold and crunchy and difficult to digest. Much better to have a nice soup with some root vegetables in season. A stew maybe. Sweet, sour and salty tastes will balance the Vata in you, and spices, using stimulating and heating spices like black pepper, cumin, ginger, turmeric, cloves, cinnamon. They're all very warming and stimulating, and the body will respond very well if your Vata's high. Another beautiful practice is abhyanga, or self-massage. And there's two ways you could do this. You can apply the body with oil, starting from the top, slowly moving down, and take your time with this. Enjoy it like you're getting the massage of your dreams and you're in control of this. You want to think about which oil to use, and particularly if you are feeling very cold and your Vata's high, avoid cooling oils such as coconut oil. And you want more warming like sesame or almond oil for these seasons. Finally, yoga and meditation. Of course, I will recommend this coming from an Ayurvedic perspective. Exercise is important daily. If our Vata is very high, it will be aggravated by high intensity exercise with a lot of movement or a lot of competition. So yoga is a really nice exercise to do, which is calm. It connects the body and the mind. You're also connecting with your breath. And it still builds muscle and focus. If yoga's not your thing, there's other practices out there, Tai Chi, Qigong. You can choose. It's up to you. But just be aware, if you're doing very high intensity exercise and your Vata's high, you're not doing it a favor. So here are some general tips to balance Vata, and of course, use discernment. Try things out if they call you. Check in with your body, with yourself. How are they doing? Are they serving you? And you've really got to start observing for yourself cause and effect in your own experience with your body, mind, and soul. So that's it for today. I've given you some very general advice of how to calm Vata in the autumn season. And if you would like to go deeper with your exploration of Ayurveda and what it means for you, check out my website, my services. I offer online consultations, and I will be able to give you guidance coming from an Ayurvedic perspective that's very, very specific to you. It's a very holistic way to address our health. So if that's something that calls to you or interests you, please check it out. I'd be very, very happy to work with you. Otherwise, thank you very, very much for watching the video. And as you can see, I'm just starting off here. So if you would like to support me on this project and see more videos like this, please hit the like button. Let me know any thoughts or questions you have from the video down below, and hit subscribe, and you will see more videos of me sharing Ayurvedic wisdom for us to live our best lives.